Welcome back to the Biblically Inspired Life. As promised, in this video I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite desserts for Shavuot, and that is a sweet noodle pudding. Top it with your favorite fruit and it will be a crowd pleaser. So enjoy your pudding as I am going to enjoy mine. Chag Sameach! First, I'm going to show you the various ingredients that you need for the noodle pudding. First, we have the noodles, which are a medium-sized noodle, so not too thick, not too thin. Then we have sugar, white sugar, milk. We have the cottage cheese. Then we have here cream cheese, and this is sour cream. The next ingredient is 4 eggs, vanilla, ground cinnamon, and the final ingredient that you put on at the end is a topping of your choice. You use a pie filling, so for mine I'm going to divide it into 2 different ones. I like cherries the most, and so I have a cherry filling here, and another one which sounded really good is an apple and cinnamon filling. So any kind of pie filling, a fruit pie filling that you would use to make a pie would be a great topping for this particular dessert. The first thing you do is that you boil the noodles. So I've got boiling water going here, and I'm going to put the noodles in, and I'm going to cook those through completely. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to rinse them off in cold water and set them aside. While the noodles are cooking, you can take the other ingredients and mix them together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mash up the cream cheese. Put that in here. Just kind of mash it up. It's pretty warm out today, and I let it just kind of sit, so it really doesn't need much in the way of mashing. And I'm adding the cottage cheese. And I'll have the amounts of each of the ingredients listed below in the notes. And then we're going to have sour cream. So for the sour cream, they came in these little containers, and I'm going to need a few of these. So each one is 100 grams, 102 grams. So I need all 4 of the ones that I have. So here is 1, 2, 3. Keep going here. Hopefully where you are you'll have bigger containers of this. Baruch was kind enough to go to the store, and this is what he saw that they had, so I'm very thankful for that. So I'm going to first mix up the different cheeses. Then I'm going to add my sugar, which is 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to switch from a fork to a spoon now. And then I have a little bit of vanilla. It just says about 1.5 teaspoons, and I am very notorious for just pouring stuff in and not measuring it. So hopefully this will be about right. Okay, so I've got my eggs. The first one is in there. I'm going to beat these 3 up, and it says to put in about 1 egg at a time, and you know, I'm not too picky about things like that. So I have the first one here, and I'm stirring it in. Remember, I had added the vanilla and sugar already. So I'm getting the first bit put in, and I'm just going to add a little, you know, some of it, and stir it in. Okay, so I only have 2 more items to add, and that is 1/3 of a cup of milk. And for the cinnamon, it's just half a teaspoon. So a nice little sprinkle of cinnamon. I like cinnamon, so we do a little extra there. And we're going to stir this all up, try to get it mixed well. In the meantime, I have finished boiling my noodles, and I also went ahead and rinsed them in cold water, and they've been sitting off to the side here for a couple minutes while I've been doing this. So now I'm going to bring those noodles over, and I'm going to add them to this mixture. And it looks like it's barely gonna fit, so we'll see how we do on this. This recipe makes quite a few servings, so you can make a huge 13 by 9 inch pan, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up into 2 different pans so that I can make one with the apple cinnamon topping, and then I can make the other one with the cherry topping. So let's get this all in. And we're going to mix the noodles in good, and I tell you, it really smells good. So if it tastes as good as it smells, we'll be in good shape. Now, this is a recipe that a friend of mine named Myra gave me probably 25 years ago. She's from Miami, and she does a lot of kosher cooking. And this is just one that she has always served for Shavuot. And as I talked about before we started this, it's very common and very traditional to make dairy dishes during Shavuot. So now I'm going to take this and divide it up into a couple of baking dishes that I have. And I may have too much to even fit in them, but I'm going to get down here. And I'm going to make these 2 different kinds. So I'm going to divide it into the 2 pans. Do a little bit more. Okay. And it looks like I have enough actually to make a little bit in a 3rd pan, which I'll make a little bit later. So now we're going to take these and put them in an oven that's been preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which I believe is 197 degrees Celsius. So I'll come back to you when I take them out of the oven. As you can see, I've taken the 2 casserole puddings out. They were in the oven for half an hour. I'm going to top them with the fruit. So here I have the cherry And I'm gonna just kind of plop that on around it. And then after I get it all on, then I'll smooth it out to look better. Let's see if I may not need it all, I don't know. But anyway, so after you put all of the fruit on the top of these, you're going to put them back in the oven for another half hour. And that will set the fruit, and it'll just be a really nice treat. So, doesn't look perfect, but looks pretty good. So that was the cherry. Now I have the apple cinnamon. Just kind of scooping that on. That one came out a lot better, a lot easier. And I'm just smoothing that across the top. Okay. I've now taken the two noodles out of the oven, so you can see how they turned out. And it's very simple then to just let them cool. You can chill them, you can serve them cold, you can warm them up. They're just a delicious, super simple addition to have at your Shavuot meal. So I want to wish you all a Chag Shavuot Sameach, a happy Shavuot holiday, and God bless you.